Hello again, Karen Fukuhara. I would like to make some corrections from my previous video. I have been pronouncing Kipo all wrong. It's actually Kipo in the Age of Wonderbeasts, which is also pronounced I like an E. Second of all, after some new information I have learned about Kipo in the Age of Wonderbeasts, it seems possible that Kipo was actually your first animated television role and not Alexis or Sewer Queen. Production on Kipo in the Age of Wonderbeasts took place from late 2016 to late 2019, and Radford's Christ developed the comic or webcomic on which that show is based in 2015. But since Craig of the Creek was greenlit on March 30, 2017, it's hard to know if you actually voiced Alexis and Sewer Queen first or if you voiced Kipo first, depending on when you actually started recording voices. Now don't get me wrong, I really love Kipo in the Age of Wonderbeasts, and I love seeing you journey with Sydney Mikayla and facing lots of beasts and mutants, known as mutes for short, in a post-apocalyptic world 200 years in the future. Yeah, mutes is such a strange abbreviation because mute means you can't talk, and in the first episode Wolf says, if a mute can talk, it's not food. Something like that. Mute. I also think it's pretty cool how you and Sydney Mikayla had secondary roles in Craig of the Creek, Alexis, Sewer Queen, Maya, but now you get to play the lead roles in Kipo in the Age of Wonderbeasts. And it's probably your biggest claim to fame yet, since you were lucky to voice the title character. You voiced Kipo Oak, and Sydney Mikayla voices Wolf, your guide to the surface world. Now, unlike Alexis, whose first appearance after the pilot was in the very first episode, Itch to Explore, Sydney Mikayla's first appearance as Maya wasn't until season 2 with The Other Side, so we know Sydney Mikayla started voicing Maya after she started voicing Wolf. So, something peculiar I noticed about Maya is it seems like Craig of the Creek's writers saw Sydney Mikayla performing in Kipo in the Age of Wonderbeasts, and for the chance to get herself noticed in another cartoon that didn't wait until it completed all 3 seasons to start airing the first season. They made their own 21st century equivalent of Wolf out of Sydney Mikayla, as opposed to the 23rd century when Kipo in the Age of Wonderbeasts takes place. I've only watched 3 episodes of Kipo in the Age of Wonderbeasts so far, but I've already noticed a lot of similarities between Maya and Wolf, and I'm sure you have too. They both have dark hair and dark skin. They both have crazy reddish-orange eyes. Crazy determined. reddish-orange eyes. They both act like a lone wolf most of the time, since Maya had trouble choosing between Omar and Xavier to be her BFF. They both wear a large hood and a long cape to remain mysterious, and they both have a long weapon for hitting people. Wolf has a long metal staff with a big red scorpion's tail on the end, and Maya has a big purple baseball bat. I really enjoy Kipo on the Age of Wonderbeasts because it's pretty cool to think about Alexis and Maya journeying through a post-apocalyptic city together in the 23rd century. Since you and Sydney make Kipo and Maya sound, you make Kipo, Oak, and Wolf sound exactly like Alexis and Maya. Now, an extra note I'd like to make about the Witches of the Creek. Whereas Alexis was a character that always liked to be there, but I questioned if she had to be there. And Craig himself also liked having Alexis around in Dinner at the Creek. I think the Witches of the Creek, Tabitha and Courtney, are the other way around, because even though I usually know what story purpose they serve, they always seem like... Sorry, that car's loud. They always feel like the sort of characters who didn't want to be there, and they just like playing tricks on the stump kids and pretend to be witches until snow day, because their own real lives aren't that interesting. I mean, sure, they may not have any more interesting lives to lead than Timothy Campbell from Close Enough, but I'm sure Tabitha and Courtney could be given a much more interesting story to carry if they got to have an episode with, a character other than the stump kids, like, someone who's closer to their age, like the Elders, or Alexis, or one of Bernard's friends. I wanted to do the Gibson impression line better this time, since I didn't get it right in the first video. I'm not trying to cause problems, but the dance would be so much more fun if we have a photo booth, or a bounce house, or a photo booth bounce house. We'll live like kings! Also a Bernard impression I'd like to do from Creature Feature. Clearly Karis is just trying to scare us and make us feel embarrassed. But Bernard doesn't get scared. If given the chance to give the Witches of the Creek an episode that doesn't also revolve around the stump kids, but still includes them for one line of dialogue each, I think Tabitha and Courtney could easily play the Maddie Flower to Alexis or Gibson's Marcy Wu. And you know what else is fascinating about Alexis? I know that at the age she is now, she's a teenager who's probably too old to go to the creek, but Michelle, the original green poncho who sounds like Amethyst from Steven Universe, Michelle was outed by Xavier for being a high schooler like his older sister, Cheyenne. But at the end of season 3, she had no problem going back to the creek as a teenager after she passed driver's ed and drove Omar back with her. So, I think that would be pretty nice if Alexis was just like Michelle, in a way, in the sense that she was completely fine with going to the creek as a teenager if Craig invited her over there. Keep doing your best in voice acting, be it Craig the Creek or otherwise, and tell Sydney Mikayla I said hi.
When I start going to bed, when I start to go to bed, I know you don't have to feel alone, 'cause I'll see you tomorrow at the creek. I start to go to the creek, I start to go to the creek, I start to go tomorrow at the creek, just like I drew it.